Leadership through government. Hello guys, welcome to Wazito TV Leadership and Governance. My name is Brian Kennedy. I'll be hosting Sir Kennedy Oumapach, an MCA aspirant, September 2022. He's going to talk about government funds that usually come out to support businesses or rather youth in establishing themselves. Welcome to the show. What do you think about the new government and its first days in office? What's your observation?
It is still very early to give them credit or to deny them any form of acceptance, because as we speak today, be it national government, the cabinet secretaries were only sworn in last week, less than 10 days ago. And number two, if it is the county government, they are yet to appoint. Some people have proposed. They have not been vetted by the respective houses so that they can be given a green light to serve. So it's still very early.
What do you think about the Hustlers Fund to start with?
Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi. Mko tayari? Hustler Fund ninaipangia vizuri. Tarehe 1 Disemba. Tayari Hustler Fund tutaifanyia launch tarehe 1 Disemba.
I'm yet to understand properly what Hustler Funds is all about. The name is very captivating, Hustler, and that was because that was the main agenda, the main slogan that he used during campaigns. But campaigns are over. Now they need to sit down and work. I don't know how different it will be with the ways of funds. We have been told that on the 1st of December they'll be launching Hustler Funds. Kenya Kwanza government have told us that they want people to form groups, but we are yet to understand properly the pros and cons of Hustler Funds vis-a-vis what Ways of Funds is providing.
On YouTube, you get us as Wazito TV. On Instagram, Wazito_TV_official. On Facebook is Wazito TV. Let's keep the conversation. We have the Ways of Fund. What information do you have about such funds and their distribution to the public, maybe?
Actually, Ways of Fund was a nice idea that was given to us by the Uruto government, and unfortunately, to some quarters or some places, funds were never given to the common mwananchi, simply because, number one, people who are in power, they don't sensitize our young people of the processes and what they need to do in order for them to get the money from the government funds. But in other areas, the members of parliament and the MCAs did a good job, where they enabled their constituents or the electorates who got a lot of money from it. For instance, a place like Bahati, they got over 318 million for Ways of Funds. Yet here in Nakuru West, I'm sorry to say that nothing happened from the MP's place and also our MCA offices. Once they do not go and collect this money, then the money will always go back to Exchequer, and that's wrong. I really wish that the leaders at the moment from our area, Nakuru Town West, will be able to educate our young people, educate our mothers, that they need to form the groups, help them in forming the groups, and let them go out. In case they need some help, be it logistic, let the member of parliament assist, let the MCs assist, let the young people go out there and apply for this money. Believe me, the money is for the commoners, but the commoners must go out and get the money. There's no single day that the money will come to their doorstep. They need to apply. That's the Ways of Funds. Another money that is idly lying is the money for the youth fund.
Yeah.
In all other areas, we find that youth have organized themselves and they're getting money. But in Nakuru Town West, it's pathetic that even our youth do not get this money. So this money always go back to the exchequer. And when it goes back to the exchequer, they'll be diverted to places like Bahati, places like Kiambu, where they know the value of getting these funds from the government.
Some of the people we interviewed, there was a claim that this is a cartel's money. Like in some way, the government comes up with projects to favor cartels in using the public. Do you think that usually happens?
Normally, this money that always comes in the camouflage, that is the people's money, if not properly oversighted, then the crooks and the brokers will always come in and get the money. Normally there is Auditor General who normally comes and audit all these funds, but without the people who are able to cross-check and find out and audit this money properly, then the money will always find their way to the pockets of the crooks, who are by and large part and parcel of the government.
What do you think is the role of the public in following up such funds or auditing? Because we are told that it's a right or rather responsibility for us to cross-check or to make the government is transparent, accountable and such. So is it that we should go to those offices and ask for these forms, or how does it happen when it comes to this?
You see, the Constitution of Kenya is very clear that any individual can go and ask for any kind of information. There's that right of information that any individual has, and hence it calls upon each and every one of us to be able to hold our public offices accountable. In case you have any doubt, you go to that office and demand for that information. And if they will not be able to give you that information, you have a right even to go to court and compel that office to provide that information. For example, if you know that you've been told that this place or there's a bridge that's been built by 3 million, you are at liberty to go to that office and ask for those details and the quantitative details of how the price was arrived, how it was done, and how much was used in that. The Constitution of Kenya has given us the right, and any public office knows whenever one needs any kind of information, they should be able to be given. If they fail to give the same, then the courts of Kenya can be able to compel that officer to provide that information. So it is our right as an individual to know. And in the event that you as an individual are not able, we have groups like Bunge la Wananchi. For instance, there's a time that Bunge la Wananchi here in Kaptembwa compelled Mheshimiwa Rama to provide details of certain things. And when he failed, I remember there's a letter which was written to the Auditor General for that information to be given. And finally it was given. So it is our right to follow up. This thing cannot be given only to leaders alone. It is your right as an individual that you demand for proper services and proper accountability for your fines or any other information that you need.
As an aspirant who has been there before, who will you define as an hustler in your place?
Now, apart from the dictionary meaning of hustler, we have been made to understand hustler is he who has no job, has no means of surviving, and is a small trader like mamboga and boda boda rider.
Those who are the most referred to by the President William Ruto, Gachagua, saying that the 50 billion shillings that will be set aside for the Hustlers Fund will largely maybe be of benefit to private big businesses. Now, where do you think is the space for this mamamboga or this boda boda rider?
From the word go, the Hustler Fund was meant to be funds that will enable mamamboga and boda boda riders to do business or to get money to do their business. So it's so unfortunate that before even the launching, we have been made to understand that this money is not meant for hustlers. is meant for the big institutions. So I'm not in a position to comment. For today, I'll only treat Gachagwa's sentiments as his personal.
According to the available information, is that one has to have an already established business, or rather be in a group that is connected to a circle. Now, the big question comes here. In Kaptemba Ward, as per your observation during the campaign period, do you think the youth have enough businesses or do you think youth are involved in registered businesses rather?
It's an issue of concern because we find that many youth, they are more into handouts rather than into forming groups. And somebody believes that money will come to him even without forming the groups, which is a blatant lie. From what I've seen and what I know, that at the moment, young people must come up into groups. They must form groups and let the groups be formal. By formal, I mean they must be registered. Because without registration, it means that these funds will come, or any other funds will come, but they will never be a beneficiary. What people need to understand, the young people need to understand, is that government money will never go to individuals. Will always go to groups. So I urge my fellow young people in Kaptembo and around the country that form yourself into groups. Let your group be registered. It costs slightly less than 2,000 shillings for you to have a group which is registered.
A big point to take out of there, money can't come into individuals. It will come through groups. Note that. What do you think the Hustlers Fund, if distributed in Kaptemba Ward, how much will it maybe contribute to the development of the ward in large?
For a start, Kaptemba suffers because it is majorly a slum area. What makes our people be where they are today is because they don't have funds. Our young people are energetic. They have the zeal to do things. But whenever they don't have finances, they will resort to bad habits, or like mugging, like confirmed groups, and other evil in the society. The problem that we face, or the young people face here in Kaptemba and any other place, is that when they have no money to do their business, then they resort to other vices, as I've mentioned earlier. So I believe that with the money coming of hustler funds, we'll see a great reduction of crime rate. We'll see young people not depending on handouts, as I've seen before when I was doing campaigns. We'll find people being more resourceful in their undertakings. So I believe if the Kenya Kwanza government, as they had promised us that they'll give us the finance, then the young people will be the first beneficiary, and not only the beneficiary, even GDP of Kaptemba. Right now, majority of the people are earning less than 100 shillings per day. But with the advent of hustler funds and everybody doing business, I believe the growth will be great. The young people will do what they can do with the money. But I believe before these funds be given out, the government should be able to educate its membership. There should be a drive for everybody to be educated. Because I've seen a trend whereby young people form groups, and when they get the money, they distribute the money among themselves, and tomorrow they go back to the same place that they have. So I believe we need to have a serious sensitization of our young people how to do their business. Because business will give you money every day, or almost every day. But once you get the money, you distribute among yourself, you'll go back to the same place that you had, because even if you have 20,000 today, tomorrow the money will be normal. So I believe that before even this money is distributed to the membership, there must be a sensitization of the young people and be educated how to do business. That's my take.
Thank you so much for being there with us. See you in our next show. Bye bye.
Wazito TV, enabling the future